People laughed at his house until they went inside. It is just 25 square feet and there still has all the creature comfort. Anyone would mistake it for a garbage bin. But wait until you look inside. In a society where homes are often large, opulent, and brimming with conveniences, Glenn Bunson's residence opposes the basic notion of what a home is. Located in the center of the tiny house movement, this little home is an amazing featuring of sustainability, mobility, and efficiency. Glenn is an unusual homeowner who prefers mobility to lavishness and material belongings. He can quickly relocate in a matter of hours because of his tiny home's easy fit into a regular van. This little house has all the basic comforts one might anticipate in a larger home, despite its small size. It defies expectations, having a gas stove, a sink, and a working sewer system. Beyond the essentials, Glenn's modest dwelling is inventive. A dedication to sustainability is shown by the installation of a wind turbine and a wastewater collection system for plant irrigation. The bathroom, an odd feature in such a small space, is cleverly concealed by a frisbee, offering an unexpected answer to the privacy dilemma. Glenn's home is an extreme example of the tiny house trend, which is frequently heralded as a solution to the housing crisis and environmental concerns. Glenn Bunson has created a self-sufficient miracle on wheels that is presumably the result of a simple internet search for the tiniest little house in the world. It is only 25 square feet, but it has a shower that is unlike any other, running water, grey water recycling, and a toilet with a solid waste management system. It is evidence of the movement's commitment to minimalism, lessening the influence on the environment, and allowing people to travel freely without compromising necessities. Glenn politely invited the curious bystanders inside as they gathered, prepared to surprise them. The door opened to a surprisingly well-equipped living area, and the laughter subsided into soft murmurs. Despite its small size, the interior was furnished with every creature of luxury imaginable. The small home was furnished with a gas stove, a sink, and even a working sewage system. The tiny marvel now has an environmentally friendly touch thanks to a wind turbine and a water collection system for plants. Glenn's house was the pinnacle of tiny living in a world where the term tiny house had acquired a new meaning. The unusual home was included in a brief documentary, which claimed to be the world's smallest house. The alleged owner, Glenn Bunson, was portrayed as an enthusiast for mobility, saying, "I don't care about the room. It's almost time for me." But the truth about the documentary came to light. Jeff Smith, a sculptor and artist from Boston, was the one who came up with the idea for the tiny house, and Glenn Bunson was a made-up figure. The purpose of this mockumentary was to investigate the viability of extreme minimalism and to push the limits of the tiny house movement. Made completely of recyclable materials, the small miracle was a tribute to Smith's commitment to his artistic vision. The little house's practical features were hilarious and fascinating at the same time. The one room had a skylight that let in light when standing, a small basin that dispensed water from a canister, and a bed that doubled as a sofa. A single burner oven positioned awkwardly adds another level of risk to the small area. A steel bowl full of cat litter served as the waste management system in the bathroom, which was covered by a frisbee and added a whimsical touch to an otherwise functional home. A year after its debut, in 2016, Smith put the tiny house up for rent on Airbnb, at $55 a night. The reaction was tremendous, and the unusual home was highlighted in worldwide media coverage. The artistic endeavor turned into a satire of the very movement it set out to investigate, in addition to functioning as a study on the tiny house movement. Ryan Trahan, a YouTuber, made the decision to investigate the liability claims. After spending a whole day inside the little cottage parked outside Harvard University, he encountered several difficulties, including no air conditioning or heating. Encounters with the cops and nosy bystanders enhanced the adventure. However, Trahan concluded the issue by stating that Smith's construct was both livable and directly proportionate to personal standards. Laughter turned to adoration, and Glenn's tiny abode became a representation of resourcefulness and inventiveness. It served as a reminder that sometimes the most remarkable things may be found in the most unlikely places. The criticized home was transformed into a source of inspiration for people who dared to go beyond the typical walls of a house, silencing the critics.
Subscribe for more content like this. And don't forget to hit the bell button so you can be updated right away for new uploads.